here. I can't name another podcast off the top of my head that's had a live tattoo go down on their stream. So that's what we're doing here today. The bet is paying off, and so of course we have our in-studio camera, and we are hanging out with our tattoo artist Sam. Sam, what's going on? How you doing? Wave hi to everyone.
What's going on?
Hey, Juxta, why don't you scoot your mic back and give Sam a minute here before.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, thank you. By the way, thank you, Sam. Sam is a tattoo artist over at Signature Tattoos in Ferndale, Michigan. That's 230 West 9 Mile in Ferndale. If you're ever in Detroit and you want to be tattooed by the same person who has tattooed the back of Juxtaposition, then this is the man to call.
Truly an illustrious title.
Right.
I think he gets a plaque for that, doesn't he?
So Sam,
like on his teeth?
I feel like this is sort of a thing that doesn't really happen often, like in-home tattoos. Like, is this a service that a whole lot of tattoo artists can offer, or are there like varying legal things in different states that prevent tattoo artists from working in this capacity?
You're not allowed to operate a
You
business.
could get right up on that mic.
Yeah, you're not allowed to Yeah, you can't operate any type of business out of a house, obviously.
Right,
And
right.
When's the last time you went to a tattoo shop and saw we deliver in a window?
That's a good point.
It doesn't happen very often.
It was a hybrid Jimmy John's tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Except
for it doesn't take that. It takes a little bit longer than that to get there.
That's a good point. But it occurred to me while I was kind of engaging in the search that there are people who can't leave the home for one reason or another, and it's good to know that like there are tattoo artists that are out there willing to provide a service like this to someone in the home that maybe can't leave. And I don't know. I thought that this might be a good opportunity to share. If anyone is in that situation, does want to get a tattoo in the home, this is something that you can kind of look into on your own, right?
Well, maybe there's a market for this.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's just,
no. Okay, just
really.
shut down. All right, no, I'm wrong.
No.
That's fine.
I like that you're going to look just like him when you shave your beard. Like the resemblance is already uncanny.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't think you're going to have sideburns this good.
But I think I can try to like sculpt them. Maybe I can get somewhere close. We'll try.
Not Realis didn't have sideburns that good.
So anyway, Sam, thank you so much for doing this. We really
problem.
appreciate it. You're an awesome guy for coming by and doing this live on the air. And of course, we're making Twitch history. We've got two shots that we're going here. We've got the far off shot so that you can kind of see what's going on in the studio, and then we've got our nice close up in shot where we can get all of Juxta's reactions, and there you see Sam as well. So here we go. Let's, I guess, if you guys are ready, the stencil is already on. Juxta, how are you feeling? You can reclaim your mic now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and take that.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Not nervous at all?
No.
All right, so
How do you do it
comparatively, more or less nervous now before the nut shot?
I feel like I was more nervous for the nut shot.
You were the one that got kicked in the nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
He suffers for this
I
product.
got to kick him, yeah.
That's right.
What's this bet for?
The tattoo.
So basically, Juxta and I both wanted this tattoo, and we had a bit of a conflict, a little bit of an argument on the air, and so we placed a bet to see who could raise the most amount of money while streaming live on Twitch.
And neither of them raised very much.
Neither of us really, but we had other people who were like in our teams. Kahlo over here was actually the one who
He was the breadwinner.
He really was. He brought in the most. But that's how we got here. And so it was we were competing for the right to get this tattoo. So had it not been for what was it? What was the margin that I lost by?
$400 or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Had it not been for that $400 margin, then I would have been the one in the hot seat. So
yeah.
All right. So anyway,
but there's more going on than just the tattoo.
Oh yeah, we've got more.
There's also punishment for those of us who lost.
Absolutely. I'm going to be shaving my beard. Ascali is going to be waxing his legs. That's all coming up today on the show. We're excited to have you here, guys. But we've also got some FF14 news to talk about.
This is a limit-breaking news update.
So Sam, you're good to go anytime. You can, you can start anytime, man. You're good to go. We'll sort of do periodic check-ins. Now, one of the challenges that we've presented Juxta with here today is that he's got to try to maintain his composure and be able to contribute to the conversation while getting the tattoo. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
Should I like tighten up or relax or what?
It's actually really not that bad. It's really annoying.
Okay.
I actually need to hunch just a little bit more.
Hunch.
Ooh, that noise.
Forward?
That noise, man.
Okay, sure. Can I go like this then?
Do we get a close up of his face for the first time?
Yeah. We'll get a close up here. We'll get a close up.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
All right, so we're done, right?
Can we move the chat to the other side?
There we go. There we go.
The look on his face is perfect.
Oh,
Mine too.
okay.
I'm not going to count every line.
Remember, it's got to get filled in too. It's got to get shaded in too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
For you, I'm really fast.
Okay. Make it good and worth it.
Oh, is there supposed to be that much blood?
Woo! Oh man. All right, so let's
News. Let's go to the news, guys.
let's talk about the news.
I don't have an outline in front of me, so take it away, Nero.
Sorry.
All right, come on. We're professionals here, guys.
We're professionals.
So there's a Famitsu translation on the Gears of Change and PvP provided by Yoshi P.
There've been a bunch of articles to come out.
It's hard to do that, isn't it?
And this is distracting all around. I gotta say.
I just feel like I have to talk really loud.
We've got to talk over the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who actually read the Famitsu translation? Was there anything in there worth noting in particular?
I did not.
I did not either.
Oh, nice job,
Oh,
guys.
good job, everyone.
Escalia?
This is good work.
I heard Juxta was going to read it.
Yeah, Juxta. I heard.
linked it so someone else can do it.
Didn't even bother to read it.
He crying?
No.
Pretty close.
There's just dust in the air.
There's also this isn't something.
my
this
God.
was something that was a lot more interesting before an answer actually finally came out. But there was a little bit of a witch hunt going on Reddit when someone discovered on FF logs that there was a black mage who was doing around 1600 DPS on Alexander Savage 4.
Right.
A black mage. Now, black mages now are very hard to play. They also noted, though, that they were also being quarantined and still keeping up that DPS. A lot of stuff started going back and forth, like, oh, well, maybe there was stuff within the actual fight that, ACT couldn't account for. Like when there's raid damage caused by like the virus or whatnot, that contributes it to
But there was even more to it than that.
Oh, because people were looking at the logs and being like, no, they only had stacks of 3, so that never happened.
And they're able to go back and check because of things like FF logs too.
But then those logs
And
on
there was
FF,
a video.
the video came later. So these
okay.
logs on FF logs suddenly became private. So that person realized people were looking him up, got on there and shut the logs off.
Right.
Give me your hand.
They then found more evidence.
No, you're not holding my hand. I don't
Give me
think
your
so.
hand, you asshole. No.
I should have brought my carbuncle
I just
plushie
want
for you
someone
to
else to feel
snuggle.
this pain.
I'll get to do my own pain later.
Okay, so I thought
Get
that,
your partner, get your life mate over here to hold your hand.
I'm reading the news, telling them about a story that because nobody else read this except for Juxta.
Come on,
Yes,
Callow.
I linked it.
Hey, he's doing better drops than you are.
Oh, shut up. That's an obvious one.
So anyway, then someone looked
Sorry.
up another log that he actually had also done almost 1,500 on Alexander Savage 3 4 months ago. So people were pointing out that this type of DPS might be possible with a certain amount of skill speed gear because he was doing like fire forecasts in like 2.2 seconds.
Right.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Okay? And they're like, first of all, even if you had like the best diadem gear with insane skill speed in every single slot, right now, you can't get that. Let alone 4 months ago, right? And every time they would find like evidence for them to sort of comb over and look at, it would disappear. So then someone found a video of him in one of these fights, and then that video disappeared. And it was like this whole big conspiracy, like how the fuck is he doing this? And then apparently just recently on BG, it has been said that they're basically using like hacks and glitches or cheats or something like that. And basically what they're doing is they're removing all animation from their side of the game. So as long as they know the exact timing of when they can start a new cast, that's how they're doing it. So it kind of dispelled the whole thing. It was kind of really underwhelming. And yeah,
because for a while it was a jump down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like the idea that there was some exploit or glitch in the game that allowed you to do this is like, how did only one person find it, then keep it a secret for 4 months?
Yeah.
But if he was just cheating using like an outside hack,
program,
third party, then that's not really a big deal.
It's totally more exciting to think he found some exploit built into the game that he was using.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was also a Dengeki interview as well. Some interesting notes in there. Just some of the highlights, because we've still got the preliminary patch notes to go over as well. But there's no Heavensward Primals, Odin, Bahamut, Titan, Mog, Primal Gear. For now, it will only be the 5 Primals. So that kind of puts to rest some of the theorizing that we were doing on the last episode that each job is going to get their own primal.
It's such a bummer.
It is.
Nope.
It's so lame.
Yeah, it really is.
And it means he was right.
Yeah, told ya.
Diadem won't bring better gear, but there will be lots of changes, and it will be a way to get materials. There will be ways to get rank 4 materials daily and rank 5 weekly, but in Diadem it will be unrestricted, and the exchange rate will be lowered. Both fighters and crafters and gather materia will be easier to obtain. So I know that I had to talk Skuro back a little bit from raging about the Diadem changes and them not being enough, and I've seen some disappointment that that there hasn't been things like more content added to Diadem, and I'm not sure where that expectation ever came in. I mean, I knew that we knew that we were getting time changes, and we knew that we were going to get some various system side adjustments with Diadem, but we also knew that we weren't getting any major additions to Diadem as well. And if that's going to come in the next patch cycle. It's not going to come in this patch cycle.
Right.
There's no reason for it to. You know what I mean? Like if
that's something that they would say for in between patch cycles as a supplementary.
Still gotta fill it in.
with the outline. Yeah.
The outline is completed. Great.
How you doing? How you doing, bud?
So all those little quick lines are all done. Now he gets to fill it all in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hype.
Great.
Yeah. How you doing over there?
So, nobody told me there was a needle involved. I thought we should, marketing in, like a marker. Use, a Crayola or something?
He thought it was gonna be one of those water stick-on tattoos.
Yeah, you know that this is permanent, right? This never comes off.
Yeah, I knew that
okay.
part. But I thought it was, just a really good Sharpie.
And just see. Well, that's
Permanent mark?
yeah. There you go.
With a needle. Seem to forget that part.
What's your pain level over there, Joe?
It's like a 1.
That's why you're crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say
He's got a literally low threshold for pain.
Out of 1.
Out of 1.
it probably doesn't hurt as much on your spine because you have all that.
Thanks, Papa. Thanks. I don't need a freaking tissue.
The troll VP goes to Papa Woody today.
Yeah, our intern just popped his head in.
Yeah, but Juxta, you have all that padding over top of your spine, so it doesn't hurt that much, right?
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fat joke.
Yeah.
Okay. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good.
Could you see doing this more?
Sure.
Now, people say that tattoos are addicting. Do you think you might get a second one after this?
Yeah.
No. What would your second one be?
Well, me and Juxta actually made a pact that if we get to a point where we are supported just by doing Limit Break Radio, that's our full-time job.
Yeah.
That we would get the Limit Break Radio emblem tattooed on us somewhere.
Don't do that.
Like the logo?
The one that I made in Photoshop in 20 minutes?
The LBR, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. There was...
Not to say that it's not an amazing logo.
It's not.
I like it.
I like it too. We plastered it all over dog tags.
That's true. So notes on the new dungeon: Anti-Tower and Andropor Hard will not be realistic dungeons, and they will have a big fantasy vibe, both for the look and the mechanics. It was really nice for the dev team to create an unrealistic dungeon for once. What does that mean?
What? Huh?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I forgot Void Ark is so incredibly rooted in realism.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it looks like an alien spaceship.
That's just
So
it's a very confusing
what is this
statement.
then? Like,
Yeah.
what does unrealistic mean?
Maybe. All right. Here's what I'm hoping it means. No more circle fucking rooms.
Yeah, right.
Is it going to be
no,
like
that's not
Promethean
gonna
or
happen.
something?
So it's not just straight up like hallway, room, hallway, room, hallway, room. You know, that there'll be a little bit more. No, because it wasn't there a video in one of them where like someone was like jumping around and being thrown around, teleported around or something.
I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I don't remember. Well, yeah,
Oh, that was an Alexander.
Well,
That was an Alexander.
I think the Anti-Tower has pads that will make it so that you switch your gravity. Like it'll like whoop you onto the ceiling or something.
you?
Yeah, whoop you onto the ceiling. Yeah. I don't know. Just an interesting statement.
It's a weird statement, is what it is.
Yeah, Saint Mokeen and Pharaoh's Hard will be added to the 60 roulette, which will be nice because we'll have 4 roulettes that will be switching between instead of just 2.
Which means less chances to do the Never Reap 500.
I know.
We might just have to start doing on reset day a run of Never Reap
Reap
with
500.
a different healer each time.
That is true. That is true.
That'd be fun.
Good contribution.
Yeah, you're not contributing much Juxta.
Yeah, I think we need to have more Juxta contributions
Okay, well,
here.
Mr. Wolf told me not to talk while he's poking, so.
I told you not to move while you're talking.
Oh.
There's a difference.
Yeah, you can just move your mouth.
Whose side are you on, Wolf?
I'm just trying to help with the back.
He's helping with who's ever paying him.
That's me, technically.
Oh no, that's the audience technically.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah. The difficulty will be around final coil difficulty, but there will be more varied mechanics during the fight. I think that's pretty cool, considering that for the last week we got. Kahlo and I got through Final Coil on the Unsynced. Juxta and I did it on the Unsynced. So, I think that's... And the difficulty is not really that hard.
And you know what? Actually, I've determined that it's a small step in the right direction.
Juxta, stop being a pussy. Man the fuck up. XD.
Oh, Ryuichi. Nice.
Can't hear it.
Nice.
He says stop being a pussy.
He says, yeah.
Yeah.
Eat my nuts.
So anyway, something that I sort of realized going back and doing Coil, specifically T13, and also actually doing Ramu and Extreme, and to a little extent Shiva Extreme, something that I think that they could do, which it would make these encounters a little bit more fun and sort of be moving away from the idea of the static jump roping, is instead of having them just be like patterns. Right, and I think the reason that why I kind of came to this conclusion is because of all of the pushing phases. You don't really get those same patterns.
Right.
Have them have all these same moves, but they should do them fucking randomly so that the players have to react to it instead of memorize it.
Dynamics.
Now,
It's kind of like Shiva, though.
Right, exactly. Now, obviously, you would probably have to tune down the one-hit KOs because that would be super unforgiving.
Right.
But as players, it's more fun to react to stuff than it is to just be like, all right, now we run this way, now we run this way, now we go over here.
But this
single
community
time.
hates RNG.
I don't fucking care what they... No, but they love D&M.
I know.
Because of RNG.
Well, I don't know. I don't know
Nobody
that...
loves D&D.
Yeah, I don't...
Well, we love the idea of it because of the RNG factor, but that's only in drops.
I don't know, man. I think that you could add dynamics that players have to react to, like Shiva, but Shiva was really only a binary dynamic. Like it was either react to staff, react to sword. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if you threw more in there, and if you did make it not like an instacast and not a one-hit KO, but stuff that you did still have to react to. I think that that could be a way to design a dynamic fight.
Didn't people get all pissy about the final boss of T5 having an RNG element to its attacks?
T5?
T5?
Coil
way
T5?
Back, yeah, Coil T5, way back in the day.
What was RNG?
Twin Tanya? Yeah.
Twin Tanya, dive bombs.
Dive bombs?
RNG.
Oh, that's not
It's
RNG.
RNG in who it chooses, maybe, but you know when dive bombs are coming. What I mean is like when something's like, all right, there's dive bombs, now there's ads. Now here comes plumes, now we're doing dive bombs again, then ads, then plumes. Dive bombs, ads, plumes. That's boring. You made a comment when we were doing T13 that even though we were unsynced...
Juxta, don't cry even if it's your first time from behind. Tatto cried.
Who was that?
The mismatcher. Thank you, mismatcher.
but you mentioned even though it's unsynced, like you were having a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was having a lot of fun doing it too. And the reason why was, even though they tried to explain the fight to us, it was still kind of all coming very randomly, and sometimes we pushed phases, so things would kind of rush.
Oh, that just triggered the fuck out of Juxta.
Oh
when
my
we
God,
did
it
it,
did.
he was so frustrated.
Yeah,
Which
and
part?
Really the entire time.
Of
Yeah.
what fight, though?
All of them?
All of them, I
Oh.
guess. So yeah, just the fact that you didn't really know what was coming and everything seemed new and fresh at all times. It was really refreshing and really fun, and that's what I want out of a raid. Not, all right, we're gonna run this 10 times, and it's literally the same fucking thing every single time.
Yeah.
That'd be more fun.
I hope we have a camera angle that is somehow getting Juxta's face, because literally, like, all I see is like him normal, and then go. And then back to normal.
It's coming along, man. It's
Good.
getting there. It's getting there.
I'm so happy.
Is that why you're crying?
Yes.
Tears of joy.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Glad I bought a change of pants.
Did you wear the brown pants?
Yes.
All right. So for the Sephiroth battle, it'll be around the same difficulty as Ravana, although Sephiroth will look really strong and massive. It's not part of the main storyline, so anyone can choose when they want to challenge him, which I thought that was a really interesting decision. We talked a little bit about this one night on stream, but what do you think Sephiroth and possibly the Warring Triad moving forward being separated out of the storyline? What do you think that does? Because all of the previous primals were connected to the storyline somehow.
Well, to an extent, yes. I mean, when they gave us the first, like the normal modes, or like in Leviathan or Remud's case, the hard mode, sure. That was in the storyline. But then, like, the extreme versions, for example, they were kind of a broken off, splintered storyline. And it's the same sort of thing that they did with Crystal Tower. You were introduced to Crystal Tower through
Wow,
the...
I didn't think Juxta could open his mouth like that. Frightening.
Thanks, Ryuichi.
through the main story, but then Crystal Tower had its own storyline. So, I mean, it's kind of just a different way to looking at it. So, yeah, you can go and do Sephiroth whenever you want, but it's still just another storyline. It's the same thing for the Extreme Primals. Go and do it whenever you want. Crystal Tower, do it whenever you want. Void Ark, you can do it whenever you want.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Feels lazy to me.
Well, I mean,
why does it feel lazy, Juxta?
Because they need to have the story connected to the Acons to make them useful and stuff.
Well, I did think that, having the Warring Triad play a narrative role was going to be really interesting and how... But the other thing that I thought of is I was like, when they were writing it could have felt to the devs or the writers like, oh, we have to go back and do another primal threat, and that refocusing the storyline to be able to do that was a narrative waste.
Just because it's not in the main storyline doesn't mean that it can't still have a narrative to it,
right?
And it can't still have a compelling narrative, because obviously the Warring Triad is captured. They're in stasis, but that stasis has either been damaged or the unlock process has been started by Thornton. So we know at some point we have to go before it's too late.
But you would have thought that since it was attached to Thornton, that it would have been attached to the main storyline.
Again, I think it's all just the way that you're looking at it. Obviously, I think that the main storyline will steer us in that direction. right?
Yeah.
Like introduce us to the NPC that has the quest or whatever, but then sort of you and that NPC are going to go off and do your own thing as, Elfanow and the Scions, whatever, continue on to do whatever it is they do.
Well, there is another quote here. The side story quest of the Warring Triad will only be against the story mode trials that will also be included in the roulette, while the extreme version will be harder and not required to progress in the story. So there is a story attached to it, and I forget who was that brought it up in the chat when we were talking about it the one night on stream. But they had mentioned the kid with the white face mask and the white robes.
Oh yeah,
and that it would be
when you're talking to or going to do Bismarck and Ravana. Is that right?
Yeah, that it would probably be a continuation of that.
Forgot about that little fucker.
Well, yeah, exactly. We haven't heard anything for quite a while from that storyline. So
it'll be half a year.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to revisit that. But I always thought that was going to tie closer into the main storyline. But then again, maybe it doesn't. So
yeah, I mean the main storyline is always shifting focuses all over the place too. So
yeah,
Heaven's Ward especially has taken us all over the place. I feel like in the first few patches, they've had a hard time locking down what they want Heaven's Ward story to be about.
Well, we still need to wrap up the Crystal Braves, don't we? Or not the Crystal Braves, I'm sorry, but Telegiagilegi?
That's still another.
Lolorito, sorry.
They're still over there doing whatever it is they're doing. But I mean that's another thing that makes I think Eorzea feel like it's such a big and expansive thing is there isn't just one thing going on. Just like in the real world, there is a shit ton of or shady dealings going on. Fucking calamities that are threatening us at every corner and turn, and there are other nations even just individually that have their own problems. It's not just like there's one giant thing threatening all of the world.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I just mean in Heaven's Ward as compared to 2.0, I feel like it's a lot more all over the place.
Well, yeah, because I think 2.0 was focusing very tightly on the world that was already built with 1.0. And, kind of giving more validity to that world because there wasn't much painted on the canvas that 1.0 provided.
I'm going to disagree with Escalia. I think that there's the same amount of sort of loose ends and
really?
Yeah, the reason that it seems...
Looks like Sam Wolf's CPS is going to town on Juxta. Don't worry, Juxta baby. If you pass out from it, you can do it again, and you'll have the echo next time.
We're sorry, Sam. We're listening to a donation. Somebody, Silite.
Should I add Sam Wolf to the waiver wire for FFL this week? Pretty solid DPS work going on over there.
Yeah.
But I think the reason that it seems like there's more loose ends or that Heaven's Ward is more all over the place is, first of all, we think of Gridania and Ul'dah and Limsa as Eorzea.
Right.
As one place.
Right.
And we think of Heaven's Ward as being removed from that. So anytime we leave Heaven's Ward to go back to one of those three places, it's focusing somewhere else, right? But if you were to separate, Coerthis from the three nations, now you have four different places, and the main storyline was all over the fucking place, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that sort of shifts our focus a little bit. The other thing is, I think because the stakes have been raised so much all over the place that we remember where all of these loose ends are, as opposed to in the 2.0 storyline, when we left something alone, it wasn't that big of a concern as it is now.
Right.
So I think the stakes have just been up so much that those things just stick on our mind a lot more.
Okay.
Possibly. I mean, in 2.0, you had the Ascian threat, you had the Garlean threat, and you had, I guess you could say, like, the Crystal Braves and their coup, effectively, were like the three kind of overarching story points. Here in 3.0, like, what do we have, though? Still have the coup going on in Ul'dah. We've got the Dark Warriors of Light. We've got the issues going on with Nidhogg. We've got the coup going on in Ishgard right now. We've got finding all the Scions again.
Yep.
There's a lot going on.
There's the Garlean Empire always, looming in the
Garleans
horizon.
are back now.
Oh, yeah. Well, and
the building thing going on in where Papalido and Ida are.
Yeah, wherever they are, yeah.
The Eastern place.
Alamigo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a ton going on.
Yeah, there is, and the thing is I would love to see at least one of these goddamn plot lines reach a little bit of resolution.
Yeah, they do have all right, that's one criticism I will definitely give you. With the small amount of cutscenes that we are getting, nothing's really going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree with that too.
I think we're
totally
gonna go somewhere in 3.2. I think we are.
Well, we've got 11 whole MSQs to do it with.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Let's consider that 2.1 also had a lot of the same criticisms, that there was a lot of setup going on in the story, that the additions at the time we were looking at Crystal Tower, it was very lackluster. We were all kind of, I think, a little bit disappointed with 2.1, and so, Juxta, you may not be wrong. Maybe 3.2 will be the one to get it done, dude.
I think so, because if you think back to 2.1, that was also a pretty lackluster patch of, in terms of, story, resolution. Lots of story developments and setting up, and I think 3.1 also mirrors that, so...
Yeah.
So you're not wrong. 2.1 had to set up a lot of new story elements that were closed out at the 2.0 conclusion.
See, that's the thing, the 3.0 and 2.0 ended the main storyline quest, so then 3.1 and 2.1 also have to set up the continuation of all that
That's
stuff. So.
right.
So
yeah,
then do we look
true.
at 3.1 as basically the opening act of the rest of the Heaven's Word storyline?
Yes,
pretty much.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the other thing is, though, is at least in my mind, in terms of organization, they had a really good opportunity with 3.1 to close a couple of the plot lines, to bring those to some resolution so that they could move on to some stuff.
Unless they have something really big planned. Maybe right now, this is our 2 towers, and 3.2 is going to be Return of the King.
I don't know. Do you really?
You're all done.
Do you really?
Yeah?
Look at that.
Hey, that's
Hey.
so bad.
Made it.
Wow.
Not so bad, huh?
You have your composure pretty good.
I know.
Didn't even pass out or anything.
No,
That's
see,
kinda disappointing.
Okay, I would rate it on a pain scale maybe a 5, a 6. Not the worst.
high.
Is it?
I think so.
Compare
Really?
compare it to the nut kick.
Says the guy with a ton of tattoos all over everywhere.
It's different everywhere you get one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That I've heard that as well.
Okay, so in your expert opinion, Mr. Wolf, where is that right there? How bad is that placement?
Oh, that's not a bad spot at all. When
Oh.
you go lower on the back, it starts hurting more.
Oh, great.
And then when you get towards where your kidneys, your ribs are, that starts hurting less.
Someone in our chat said they got one on the sternum and it was the absolute
That was
worst.
the worst fucking thing I ever went through.
Really?
Yeah, that was by far my worst tattoo.
Oh man. Well, is it just proximity to the bone? How much space you have between skin and bone?
No, it's mostly where you're more sensitive.
Oh, okay. So
It's
nerves.
like you think your ribs are always protected by your arms, so it doesn't get everyday wear and tear.
Right.
The outside of your arms, you're bumping in the walls, you're doing this, the sun beats down on it, that kind of stuff.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew a guy who got one across his collarbone. You could hear his teeth chattering when they were doing it over the collarbone.
It's like a T-shape across your collarbone and down the center of your chest.
Yeah.
Oh
The
man.
worst.
All right, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so much.
Look at that forced
Post-its
smile.
on it before we bandage it
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I guess
So,
I can use my phone.
all right, let me,
yeah. Let's definitely get a picture. Is Woody out there with the camera? Where do we have the camera?
Woody, get the fuck in here and do some work.
God damn it, Woody!
Piece of garbage.
Don't just troll us. You got to come in here
He
and do
already
shit.
left.
Yeah, I
He
need. Also, Woody, I need a refill on my Dr. Pepper.
And a refill on Dr. Mount.
We're gonna go.
Dude.
Out, we're gonna go out there. The PlayStation 4 is gonna be missing.
all right, let's get a picture.
All right, thank you very much. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I'm really red.
Now,
Yeah, you are.
I've been
So
told
good.
to not let you itch or scratch that at all.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
So I'm probably going to go buy a little pellet gun. And anytime I see you itching or scratching, I'm just going to shoot you with it.
Okay. Well, I was picturing when
It's a little worse than the spray bottle, I suppose, but okay.
I was kind of thinking you were going along the lines of one of those dog cones around my head.
Oh my God, yes.
That sounds like another bet.
There you go.
Which wouldn't do anything because I could still use my hands.
Sorry, we're
Cones
still.
around his wrist.
No, oven mitts.
Oven mitts.
Duct tape oven mitts around it.
I think we have duct tape and oven mitts. I think we need to make this
Here?
happen. Yes.
This is happening.
Yep.
No,
This is happening.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
this
I
is
gotta do my
happening. Ascalia's got it.
Yeah, Scully has been doing a better job than you ever.
He
have.
hasn't hit a single drop.
If someone right.
two.
He hit 2.
I hit
If
2.
somebody, how about this? If somebody donates $50, we will oven mitt Juxta for the rest of the day. The rest of the day.
No, I still got to do FEC.
No.
Come on.
Well, you're fine.
You sons of bitches.
You don't think Escalia can pull that off too?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to be shaving your own head.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't think right now.
Oh God! All right. Well, thank you so much, Sam. We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
this
that was super great, man.
It was really, really awesome. We appreciate it a lot. We'll let you pack up, and we'll keep kind of talk. We'll move on in here to.
With the other camera before I bandage it up.
Say what? Oh,
So the viewers or listeners.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Let me get
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
Good call. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're thinking.
Here,
You're a thinker.
let's just sit you down in the chair and aim at the camera there.
Aim at my camera.
Yeah. Just aim your back at the camera.
I sent a picture to Kookie, and she'll be able.
Get them mitts.
Get them mitts. Oh.
Didn't take any time at all.
No, it sure didn't. Go ahead and so that they can see it.
Turn
what are you
around
doing?
towards the webcam.
Turn your. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now
You see it?
Hold on.
move the mic arm out of the way. There we go.
There you go.
There you go.
That's what slaying marmots outside Ulda gets you guys.
Yep. Yeah. Forget actually having to play the game or give it any kind of attention. You just get the tattoo because, you were there. You can claim that you were there.
The marmots, man.
Yeah.
Those marmots will rise again.
So there you guys go. Sam Wolf over at Signature Tattoos in Ferndale. That's 230 West 9 Mile in Ferndale. Thank you so much for coming in.
No problem.
And for doing this for us. This was really awesome. This was really nice of you to do.
Yeah,
so.
thank you so much, man.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna kick it back to